But I want to say this first. I ain't started, but I'm going to finish it. I interact with everybody on social media. I don't have no problems with nobody. I love everybody. I just got 2 rules. If you ain't donate to Florida State, don't say nothing about Florida State quarterback. Don't say nothing about Florida State coach. I talk about Florida State coach enough for everybody. Y'all ain't got to do it. If you want to tell me that my podcast is trash and I ain't got no views, I'm cool with that. You won't get a response out of me. But let me be very clear, and I have to do this at least every other month. If you say anything sideways about Florida A&M and anything on the highest of 7 hills, you are not going to get good Christian Troy. And today, a young man got to find out that I probably was spending time with his mama at homecoming on that hill. Quit playing with me. I am not the one. Now, if you want to keep going down this road and you want to see your mama hanging out with me at Sizzler, this is the way to go.
This nigga said Sizzler.
That being said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Gathering of Old Men podcast. We got a special show tonight. We got a lot going on. We got Sam McKim here from the Sam McKim Show. Hey, as always, tell a friend to tell a friend, like, follow, and subscribe. This is my guy. He tells us all things, both Canada Junior or Montana State, Montana, because that's a rivalry we really need to talk about more. And it was some announcements that was made this week on All Americans, and I had some questions from him and Zach on Twitter. And the funny comment was, Sam switched everything to Zach. So Zach might come on tonight. If Zach come on tonight, we're gonna have some questions about the All-American list. And we're gonna talk about some FCS football. But before we get to that, we need to go ahead and talk about something that happened basically yesterday. SIAC Media Day happened. And the team, what's going on, Dontavius? The team that I have now started seriously following. And for that dude in Birmingham, Alabama, that like to want to make little questions about how many teams that I follow, I'm going to give you the list. Florida State alone, Venomous FAMU Rattler, Edward Waters, Florida Memorial. Them the teams that I follow. So if there's any questions or confusions, it's the state of Florida. Just so we clear. But
versus everybody. We are the football state. Your favorite player's favorite player came from Florida. Don't get me fucking started.
You know I'm gonna get started. Don't go there. You already know how I feel about my state.
I don't give a fuck. Your favorite player's favorite player came from Florida. Fuck you mean?
Are we gonna address what Tremaine Jackson said about Texas High School Coaches Association? Okay.
We're gonna get that.
I'm gonna talk about that because
he love to hear himself talk.
What's going on, Miss Mary? What's going on? But SIAC Media Day happened, and a lot of people seem to be intrigued that Edward Waters was picked to win the conference. Now, for us that are FAMU Rattlers that know the coaching career, we were not surprised. Coach Jenkins is that guy. At Bethune-Cookman, he beat FIU. He won 4 MEAC titles. He is that guy. We've had him on the show. Great interview. But the man got off the bus last year and raised hell in the conference and made the playoffs. I don't know what else you can say. Your head coach leave. You're the interim, and you lead them to the playoffs. And now he got a 4-year deal with Edward Waters.
I think the people that were surprised they don't watch that level of football. Because
Well,
we have talked again. We have talked about this. Edward Waters is my pick, right? We had him on the show. We followed them every week. I think they honestly did not like put eyes on that team and watch that team play because there's no way you saw last year's team and then you shocked and surprised about where they end up, where they're picked to finish this year. That just don't happen unless you simply didn't watch them at all.
and then if you think about it too, they got the best. They got the best dressed offensive coordinator in the SIAC in Gucci Suit Dooley.
I mean, but even past that, like the reason why Gucci Suit ain't still at Southern is because he is stubborn.
Yeah,
But now he's just an OC and he doesn't have the final say. Like I'm not gonna sit here, even though I love my family. I'm honest about football and I'm honest about coaching. Dooley know what he's doing. He's just stubborn.
uh-huh.
And he can be nearsighted.
So I want to, if you have any questions about the solidness of Edward Waters, go rewatch that Miles game. Edward Waters blew Miles out, and they still had like 4 or 5 turnovers. And I think 1 or 2 of them went for touchdowns. And it was still a blowout. I was at that game. Noah Biden was a quarterback that we thought had some flaws.
He thought he was broken.
He had flaws at Edward Waters and was still probably the first or second best quarterback in the conference. So it shouldn't be no shot. Shouldn't be no shot. Now, my question, and Doc follow D2 a little bit more than me. My questions are Benedict, like Benedict, will Tuskegee get up off the mat? Tuskegee at some point got to fight back.
Tuskegee, man, they talk about your mama. Fight back.
Like Tuskegee is a historically great football program.
In the words of the great Barlow, show some damn fight. Shit.
They sure need to.
So, but I mean, Doc, who are your sleeper teams in the conference?
My sleeper team in the SIAC. I'm gonna be honest with you. Might want to watch out for Fort Valley. I got pretty good notion that Fort Valley and that dirty blue defense gonna be back at it again. And I think their offense is gonna turn the corner. They just added an addition with Coach Wade coming in from Memphis, out of all places. He was at Memphis after he left Mississippi Valley. You got a guy who can who knows how to run a team, and he was a damn good wide receiver himself. I would also say look out for Clark Atlanta and Terry Sam. They should have a bounce back year this year. We all know what the deal was. We all don't know what happened between CAU and Coach Keaton, but under Terry Towns, they should have a bounce back year. And my last sleeper for the SIAC, I wouldn't call them a sleeper. I would say they right there is Kentucky State, because they were the last team to get themselves into the Division II playoff. So those are my sleepers in the conference.
So a couple things with Lawrence, what Lawrence brought up. I know because there is this new MPI, I forget the technical term, but there's an index of the strength of a team in D2 this year that started this year. So the Florida Memorial game, again, I think that was on the schedule long before the whole MPI thing came along. So there's nothing they can do about that. So they're gonna have to win the conference to make the playoffs. But I do want to say this: if you've not paid attention to Mike Jones, the coach at Florida Memorial, he ain't no slouch. Mike Jones.
Ooh.
So, but he ain't no slouch.
281-330-8004.
Yeah.
They knocked off the number 10 team last year in NAIA. And if you remember a couple years ago, they gave Clark Atlanta a run for their money, but they had to call the game. He was the offensive coordinator. Very good coach. But again, that's something to look at. Now the SIAC preseason picks, the offensive lineman, you got Chance Bush from Allen, Isaiah Turner from Benedict, Cyrus Kraft from Allen, Isaiah Richardson from Benedict. I'm gonna put the link in the chat because there's a lot of players, and we do got to get through this. But I want to say a couple things. There was some controversy over this all conference list. I ain't gonna get into it. We're gonna get D2 football in here to talk about it. Couple key players. John Terrius Thomas from Edward Waters out of Gaston County. If you blink, he gone.
He is out of there. Saw him play. Know his people.
What the man say? Give me 6 inches of daylight.
He don't even need 6. You can get him 4, and you ain't gonna catch him.
Look at the back of his shoe.
That's it.
Man, that man fumbled in a game on like a 60-yard run. He probably could have had 200 yards rushing that day, but he fumbled. Again, some talent. The quarterback from Clark Atlanta, Xavier Jackson, Tampa, Florida. When I keep telling y'all about them Florida boys,
He out of Tampa.
He out of Tampa, Florida. I know another quarterback out of Tampa, Florida didn't make an All-American list, but we'll talk about that later. Very good quarterback. Gonna be something to watch. The linebacker out of Central State, Bishop Blakely. Y'all need to pay attention to him. Boy's a missile. And I ain't gonna stay too long on that because we are gonna get D2 football on the show. But check out the SIAC network. There's some good football being played now. And I'll say this: I talk a lot of noise about D2 football because they play football. They play football the way I used to like FCS football to be played. From the skill position, bombs over Baghdad, get the ball to the players in space, do your thing. They chunk the ball over the field, especially Kentucky State. Now, I don't know if they'll do that this year, Doc. Do they still have the same quarterback from last year, or did he graduate?
I don't know if he graduated, but Philip Huggins ain't changing that. He ain't changing his air raid system. So,
yeah, step up. If you ain't got 10 DBs, you're gonna need to go get some. You got a little bit more time before fall camp start. Get you some DBs.
Hey, they play football like when we took your mama to Chapel Beach party back in the day.
So, but listen, D2 football is special. It's definitely special. So, I'm gonna give Zach a little bit more time, and we'll come back to the FCS stuff. Well, so Nick, on the FCS level, I know Illinois State, and we got Sam here. Sam can probably tell you better than me which teams like to chunk the ball more. I like watching Illinois State last year, even though it didn't go the way I wanted it to go. I don't like the Canada junior football. Chunk it all over the field. I like them dudes. Well, y'all playing
Montana had the leading passer in FCS football last year.
Y'all in the dome, so y'all.
You talking about the Dakotas? You talking about North and South Dakota?
No, he called everybody over there that don't throw the ball Canada junior football. Everybody.
Well, you don't have to worry about North Dakota State right now because they are FBS.
Yeah, they gone.
See, I don't feel sorry for them. I look forward to seeing them getting beat down.
Hey, they fandom said they whooping ass. They can send Alabama to North Dakota and they gonna whoop their ass too.
Well, but like I said, we'll get to some of the FCS stuff a little bit later. But the SEC decided to come in my neighborhood and not invite me.
Oh, hell.
Oh, they was in Tampa. They was in St. Pete.
Why?
Did he lag out? There we go.
We'll let Troy get back in. While Troy gets back in, we're gonna run a commercial real quick for the Orange Blossom Classic. Make sure you got your tickets. Everybody get ready. Everybody be excited.
Oh my God! This is your invitation to the moment. The Divine Nine, the bands, the parties, the performances, creating memories with your people. So pull up to the 2026 Orange Blossom Classic. It just hits different. Labor Day weekend, Miami Gardens, Florida. It's the culture, the connection, the pride. One weekend, one experience, one big community. Get your tickets now at orangeblossomclassic.com.
Oh man, hey, listen.
How you the IT man having
Man,
IT?
y'all got commercials? What is going on?
Yeah, man. Listen. I told you once I left SWAC Media Day, things was gonna change. If you are a business,
how we got tech support having tech support issues?
Hey man, I got a lot going on over here, y'all. I got a lot going on. I got a whole Zoom meeting that I got going on. I got the podcast. I got a lot going on. You gotta give me some
Nigga, you still working?
Listen.
I'm just blown away by the commercial.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it at the end of the Zoom meeting.
They got
commercials. Listen, we listen. We gotta. Hey, X man, listen. Don't start. Don't start.
Hey, X, you gotta make sure you fill it out right too, because if you don't fill it out right, then it's just gonna auto close, and they ain't gonna tell you it's auto close. You're just gonna be sitting there waiting.
But no, if you're a business and you want to rock with the Fat Mouth Sports crew, just hit us up. Twitter, hit the fatmouthsports.net page. Shoot us an email. We'll figure something out. We'll get your commercial done. But no, we had a little bit.
I improv one for you too if you think I'm funny. I got you. Hit us up.
But the SEC is in my city. In my city. Nobody invited me.
They said nope. Troy can't come to the party.
Listen, I didn't.
You know what? You should apply for media credentials for the SEC when you just see what they say.
I think I'll probably get approved before I get approved for the ACC.
As much as you talk about ski masks, hell no, they ain't giving you shit over there.
Again, they hear a lot of stuff went down, and I want to say this. I feel like I should not have to defend Lane Kiffin, but y'all really gonna make me defend because there are people that are getting on the internet lying.
He ain't that good of a coach, so they ain't lying.
That's not even the issue. That ain't even my issue. That ain't even my issue. My issue is we're gonna act like a thing isn't a thing. So the whole Ole Miss thing really is a thing, and I'll give you an anecdote. Right after I graduated, I started dating a girl from Mississippi.
Oh,
she went to FAMU. And she was telling me about the Ole Miss Mississippi State thing amongst African Americans. And she explained to me that your kid don't go to Ole Miss. And if you send your kid to Ole Miss, everybody in the family looking at you sideways.
They are.
So what
I mean, but that's known in that whole area because my sister lives in Memphis and Ole Miss is right there. My nephew they were trying to recruit him, and my sister and brother-in-law are pretty much like, no hell. Out the gate, tell them no and leave you alone.
And so when Lane said it last year, I was okay with it. When people start making reasons as to why Lane said it, kind of pissed me off because Lane was telling the truth. And people were trying to make it seem like, well, he benefited from Ole Miss and he's using Ole Miss to benefit LSU. Listen, a thing is a thing. Ole Miss, racist as hell, tone deaf badly, ain't got no goddamn business playing neck. Absolutely.
We need to talk about them too at some point today.
But I don't like Paul Feinbaum coming down on him saying what he said about him today. He should have.
About the last person talking about somebody.
Boy, look at him.
We gonna get to him later. You can't beat up on the man for making a thing, right? Because what they're not saying behind closed doors is if a coach know that one of your high list is Ole Miss, negative recruiting is going to be, well, you know about that flag. That's going to be a thing. So I don't want to.
My thing with Ole Miss is y'all know I'm the basketball guy here. I have wondered why Coach Yo hasn't had to deal with those negative connotations like they have with football because it's the same school, it's the same flag, it's the same city. But yeah, that has absolutely been interesting to me. The same thing with Coach Vickers over at Auburn. So the dichotomy between the two sports and who goes where, who feels what, and who feels some type of way has always been interesting to me with the Mississippi schools.
So again, SEC Media Day, coaches had a lot to say, right? And a couple shots were being thrown. Florida's coach took a shot.
He ain't been there 5 minutes.
Took a shot at Lane Kiffin. See, Lane Kiffin they was just beating on Lane for no reason at all this week. But the Florida coach took a shot at Lane and said, I left Tulane to go to Florida. We ain't the same. Yada, yada, yada. Listen. You was able to coach your Tulane team. I'm sorry. Tulane team, as he said. Because it's Tulane. Florida was like, do your thing. Because what else they gonna do? They the boot skins. Beggars can't be choosers. They didn't like their coach just as much as Florida State did like our coach. So they was happy.
They got rid of them.
So I don't taking the shot at Lane from a boot skin unnecessary. But here's what we need to talk about. Alabama coach really underselling the title of bus thing. If he don't get it done this year, are they gonna buy him out? Sam?
Who's that? By who else?
Kalen DeBoer.
I don't know, man. Like, he hasn't been bad. That's the thing. I mean, when you compare him to what he's done to what a lot of other coaches in the SEC have done, like, he hasn't been bad. Now, has he been to Alabama standard? No. How long is his contract? How much does he have? How many years left does he have on his contract?
They would owe him 70 if they fired him this year.
Nah.
I want to put some context and stuff. Let's add some context. If he loses to Mike Norvell 2 years in a row, the coach that people
by our boys loading up.
How are they? Are they supposed to be good this year? Are they talented? I mean, man, the SEC is not what it used to be, and that's what gets me. Did you guys see the quote that Saban said today about how just because your conference wins the national championship doesn't make you the best conference in college football?
Again, context matters. When the Big Ten wins 3 in a row,
hello,
that's the best conference in
hello,
America. I'm sorry, your used car salesman don't have enough money to get you the best talent no more.
Times have changed. I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see. I think this season for Kalen DeBoer is probably like a do or die. I don't know. So even whether they fire him during the season or after this season, they would like after this season, he still owed $70 million. Okay. That's tough. Hey, he better get it together. He better get it right. They're not playing out there in Bama. They are not playing. They are not playing at all. And their schedule is tough. Super tough. Looking at it right now.
Did the boy sign this 7-year contract out the gate, or did they give him an extension?
I think he signed it when he came over from I think he signed it when he came over from Washington.
Because
that contract is too long to start with.
Well,
So
they
look,
were willing to give him time to build the program.
Yeah, but
No. He just signed an
7
extension.
years. He signed an extension. He didn't
Alabama,
do nothing no
this is-
more than extension, bro.
This is April 22nd. Alabama has reached a new 7-year contract with football coach Kalen DeBoer that will pay him $12.5 million per season. The university announced. So yeah, he just signed an extension.
Man, them racists gonna ride this week.
7 years. So that means he's paid until it expires on January 31st, 2033. My goodness.
Man, let's pull up their schedule. Let's pull up
$12.5 million annually. And while we talk about the SEC, did y'all see Shorty Doo-Wop got cut today?
Who?
We'll get to that later. We'll get to that later.
You talking about Pavia?
Yeah.
Touching, finish, and pay.
In this article, it says the new agreement includes a buyout of $10 million through January 31st, 27. The buyout decreases by $2 million after each of the next 2 years. So maybe he doesn't have as big of a buyout as maybe it's not $70 million. Maybe that was kind of the restructuring. And maybe they said we'll give you a contract extension, but your buyout number has to go way down.
Potentially. Looking at their schedule.
They got to beat Florida State. Let's get that out of the way first.
They got to beat Florida State.
And it's at home this year.
They not gonna beat Georgia, but they gotta at least be competitive.
They gotta beat everybody to be real, man. They gotta beat Tennessee. They gotta beat A&M.
Yeah,
they gotta beat LSU.
I mean, I know Dr. Tennessee fan. Doc, how y'all looking at Tennessee? Because right now, to me, I think the Bulls might knock y'all off in Knoxville.
We need Jesus a little bit.
I'm not gonna lie. Looking at this schedule, they got a really good draw. You get Florida State at home.
Do.
You get South Carolina at home. You get Georgia at home.
But are we really
A&M
worried
at
about
home.
South Carolina though? I don't think anybody's necessarily worried about South Carolina.
They got a first round pick on defense, don't they? At the defensive end position, what's his name? Dylan Stewart. Is that his name?
That's it. They ain't got no damn quarterback.
They got Lenore Sellers.
What did he do last year?
Hey man, you gotta give him time, man. He was a young guy. It's the SEC. Everybody don't got the same type of.
No. Hell no, Sam.
Nope, he put up a clunker. He was a Heisman candidate going into that South Carolina State game.
Let me pull up this stats, man. We gotta have the facts sitting in front of me. Okay, Lenore Sellers, 2,437 yards, 13 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Damn.
Exactly. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
He regressed.
Dang, they only won 4 games, and he played every game.
They won 4 games, and the South Carolina football coach is making more than Don Staley.
Wow. Really?
Shane,
Yes.
Beamer? Shane Beamer?
yes.
Wow. No, that's not right.
It
That's not
ain't.
right.
Thank you. Ain't nobody worried about South Carolina football. You haven't been worried about South Carolina football until shit. What was his name? Was it Mickey Coker?
No, I think it was what's the name? The dude who used to be at Florida, right?
No, because they weren't even intimidating when he was there.
Spurrier.
He didn't want to be in damn South Carolina. He just didn't want to go back to Gainesville with his tail tucked.
Well, my point, they get all the tough, like Georgia at home is huge. Texas A&M at home is huge. Auburn at home is huge. They got to go to LSU in Baton Rouge. I don't know if Vanderbilt will be anything this year. They do got to go to Knoxville.
No, Vanderbilt is picked dead last in the SEC this year.
But you get Florida State, like I was saying, South Carolina, Georgia, A&M, and you get the Iron Bowl at home. So, I mean, some of the tougher games at home.
The bottom six in the SEC is Bootskins, Auburn, Mississippi State, Kentucky, Arkansas, and Vanderbilt.
And they only got to play Kentucky. They only play Kentucky.
Who would y'all pick as y'all early pick for an SEC champ?
I'm going Texas Longhorns.
I want TP to be here to say Texas, but
I'm going Texas Longhorns in honor of TP because he ain't here to defend his team.
I also will say that if Texas don't get it done,
Sarkisian out of there.
He is gone.
Did y'all see the statement that he made? That he said he had to quote unquote cut several of his players from that was on the team from last season to make way for what he got coming in this year.
What does he have coming in?
They
got some talent in Texas too.
That's a whole Cotton. I hope it work out for you. Because if
they got Ohio State on the road. They got Oklahoma. I guess that's a neutral site game.
Yeah, that's in
Ole Miss. They go to Florida. They go to Mississippi State. They get LSU at home. They get A&M at home. I don't know. They didn't get a great draw.
I need to ask the Rattler faithful if he lose his job, is he gonna keep that beautiful Rattler lady?
She ain't a Rattler.
I thought they broke up.
No, she went to NCAT. She went to NCAT. She went to NCAT. Yeah, but she from Tallahassee. She went to I think she went to Garden.
Okay.
Yeah, if she went to NCAT, she out of there.
Yeah, she went to she a Rattler by relation because Mike Smith her daddy and he a lifelong Rattler. So
this might be a surprise pick. I'm gonna take OU.
Hey, look, hold on, time out, little baby, don't do that. Don't do that.
What Tallahassee? What's that?
Hell no. You know what? No, it ain't. No. So his father-in-law is deputy AD at FAMU. Before we hired Quinn,
Mike Smith is his father-in-law?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But before we hired Quinn, I was pretty much like, hey Mike, call your son-in-law. We know he ain't gonna be there long, but just come hang out with us for a little while. I had a whole pick. But now, yeah, he ain't gonna be here long. Just come on. We already know he ain't gonna be here long, but it just give you something to do in the meantime.
I got the Sooners.
The Sooners?
Yeah.
The what?
Here, Venables. You know, I don't keep tabs on the SEC that much. I'm not gonna lie, so I don't know.
But the Sooners, bro. No.
I'm gonna give you a pass.
If TP was on here, he would say that is blasphemous.
He would crash out right now.
Man, listen.
Hey,
but
I don't know.
But so that was those comments. Oh man, let's.
Steve Sarkisian might do better at Florida State than he's doing at Texas, though. I'm not even.
It's so loud at Texas. It's hard. It's so loud at Texas.
He honestly might do better at Florida State.
Listen,
he need to be somewhere where the expectations aren't as high as it is in Austin.
No, they're high. They high in Tallahassee, but it's different. It's different. It is different. And
It would be different
Troy ain't gonna
before
say
him.
online, but it's different. Like he could probably go to Tallahassee right now, maybe win 9 games, make one of the major bowl games, and they wouldn't be ready to fire. But
And the
it's
first
different.
time he lost to Florida, some dude from Tampa is gonna be throwing shoes at him. That's not necessary. Leave him where he is.
There's a lot of
I
people that
mean, but that's just football. That's just sports in general. Like you can't. Why the hell y'all think Lil Bill in Daytona still got a job? Because he beat us last year.
That's is that what's the name? The Purple School?
No,
No,
the
that's
school,
Freeman Woody.
the school that are Florida State fans by default because they can't buy their nail, you know well.
Gosh, Bethune.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't they have purple in their stuff?
Heck, no,
No.
they again. I bet you if you find a Bethune-Cookman fan, they also a Florida State fan, so they can pretend like that's Bethune-Cookman. Yeah.
I made the mistake of thinking Marlo was a Bethune-Cookman fan last time I was on.
Yeah, he cussed you out.
I know you fucking lying.
Oh, so how many schools in the SWAC right now are ineligible because of the APR? Is it Alabama, Alabama A&M, FAMU?
No, it's
A&M got a
Pine Bluff, and
Valley too.
Valley. Yeah.
But A&M got a waiver, Sam. Like
they
A&M
did?
was supposed to be, they got a waiver for 1 year. And I think it's the same waiver FAM had last year.
Yep.
Didn't change nothing.
It didn't change nothing. So we'll see if A&M can avoid the same fate that FAMU's had this year.
Exciting.
You know
I know
what?
Troy's been waiting for you to jump on,
This should
Zach.
not be a damn thing. Take your ass to class and do your homework. Shit.
Well, but it's a 4-year rolling average, so it doesn't just based on 1 year. It's based on the
No,
last
I
4
know
years.
it's not. It's based on the last 4 years, but that's just my thing to everybody. You're a student athlete first. You gotta go to class. You gotta study.
It's easier said than done, man. Some of these guys are playing football.
And also the excuses of the transfer portal got to stop too, because everyone's dealing with the transfer portal. So like that's not an excuse. You don't get to just be like, oh, we're losing our kids to the portal. No, like you still got to go to class. Like everyone is losing their kids to the portal, especially at this level.
You gotta go to class.
You got to go to class, and you need to have staff in place that make sure that your kids are continuing towards a degree. You just can't have them taking bowling and football and think that's going to be okay. It's not. But again, I don't want to start on the whole plan thing because people.
Here's a question I had, and maybe somebody should FOIA FAMU, because I know I just looked at Bobby Kennedy's contract, and I don't know the same thing was in Bobby Houck's contract, that he had incentives in his contract based on APR, GPA, and all that stuff.
Those elevators were in fucking Glass's contract, and his ass was in class and not making sure they was going to class. It's in there. You just have to have a coach that ain't trying to work on his PhD and be a goddamn umpire for softball and be a D1 head football coach.
Yeah. I just remember what did the previous Coach Simmons, what was it, Coach Simmons, what he said? We talked about it a couple months ago.
I'm gonna crash out.
They got hills. They got hills on the campus. I can't go check on my kids because there's too many hills.
Let me go ahead and say this. Right. All he had to do, he was the head coach at FAMU. All he had to do was call physical plant and say, "Hey, can I borrow a truck?"
A golf cart.
Easy.
I'm just saying.
I know they got the line scooters out there.
Golf carts available. They would have gave him a truck. I don't want to start because I like shotgun. Too bad he can't be the head coach of Florida State, but I digress.
Man, don't know. Why you gonna end it there? Cause y'all know good and fucking well your coach not hiring another black man for 40 years.
The AD ass gonna be out with the head coach. What are we talking about?
I said what I said. You know the issues with your school don't just stop at the AD. Your deep booster pockets voted for Trump. Don't get me started.
I was invited to a booster event. Hell has officially frozen over.
Man, don't go that you ain't never gonna be heard from again.
I'm gonna move on. Zach, welcome to the show.
Hello, man.
So there was a SI All-American list put out, and I'm gonna jump right into it. The transfer from Campbell, All-American at the end of last season.
No. Freshman All-American 2 years ago.
Okay, my bad. 2 years ago. Okay, so that puts it in context. Okay, freshman All-American 2 years ago. Who are the players do you think through FCS that should have gotten at least an All-American look, honorable mention, or not?
Well, I'm the one, like, it's my outlet that put out the list. Like, I write for SI, so like I built the list. So like we considered a few other guys, like, just to be honest with you. Like, there was an offensive lineman for Bama State, because here was the confusion, and this is what happens, is that Phil still puts out an All-American list. He has 4 teams. So guys, do the math on that. That's like he gives like 500 players All-American honors, which I think is ridiculous. You can't have 4 teams of
It's not exclusive anymore.
All-American. It's not exclusive. Everyone gets a participation trophy with Phil Steele.
Yeah.
Craig Haley does 3. We decided to do 2 because I'm going to be honest with you guys. Like what the other outlets do that we like to avoid. People ignore defensive tackles and people ignore positions on the offensive line. So what will happen, Troy, and this happened in the SWAC, I think 2 years ago with FAM, and where FAM had a really good guard or center that got left off the all SWAC list. But you look at the all SWAC list and they got 10 offensive tackles, Troy, no centers, no guards. Are you how can you judge tackles, guards, and centers all on the same playing field? You can't. So like one thing that our outlet does, and that we said, like, obviously Gerald's involved, Timothy's involved. We have some coaches that we consult with it too. We try to make sure we have centers, guards, tackles all represented. And on the defensive line, we don't have 15 edge rushers like all the other All-American lists do. They ignore D tackles. And I think the last D tackle that really got national shine was Governor up at Montana. And he was Big Sky Defensive Player of the Year. But for the most part, they just look at sacks, tackles for loss. And guys, like, nothing's more important. Like, give me a D tackle that takes up space and he might only have 30 tackles, Troy, and a few tackles for loss.
Montana State.
If he just takes up space in the middle, then Troy, how big were those D tackles on 2022 FAMU? Isaiah Land don't get all those sacks if you guys don't have guys on the inside taking up space and allowing him to get one-on-ones on the outside. But we considered it. There was an O-lineman at Bama State we consider for the O-line. If we would have had a third team like Craig, him and Quay Davis from Jackson would have been on our offensive line All-American. Those were 2 guys that we probably had third team that were strongly considered. I think there was another DB, a corner from Alabama State that probably would have been third team as well. And then at linebacker, there was actually at defensive tackle, there were 2 guys at South Carolina State. We had 4 D tackles that we were considering. 2 were from South Carolina State. And they probably would have both been on third team as well. So those are probably some of the other guys that we would have considered. Everyone else, I'll be honest, like, I know everyone's talking about Andrew, and I've actually talked to Andrew in person about this. Guys, we got to see it for a full season. He's got to look at the quarterbacks that came back. Like, and I we had a postseason All-American who isn't a preseason All-American for us because there's just not enough spots because everybody came back. Yeah. DJ Williams was an All-American for us at Southern Illinois. He's not on this list because if we would have done a third team, he would have been. But we had to fight to get what's his name from Austin P on the list.
Parson.
Chris Parson, who was a freak last year for Austin P and almost put him in the playoffs. And
I got on my soapbox last night about that.
Yeah, you're good. and then look at the first team, man. Like my argument here, Troy, is I'm cool with people having issues with it. No one's going to agree. Like me and Sam both cover FCS football. We don't agree 100% on every single player, and we shouldn't. Like, right? The space would be super boring. My only thing is, and Sam did a good job last night with this, is if you're going to criticize the selection and say, why isn't this guy on here? You have to do the research and tell me who you're taking off, because it's easy to say this guy should be on the list. It's a lot harder once you have all the facts and film and everything and say, okay, well, damn, man, the guys ahead of them really deserved it too. Like, who are we going to take off here now? Because now you got to really put yourself in our position, and you got to make and Sam understands this. There's some really tough choices to make because there's some positions that are loaded. Like, look at the first team All-American, Troy. You have a national championship winning quarterback that had 40 plus touchdowns last year, and you have the Walter Payton Award winner. All those guys on second team, we have a guy that threw for 4,000 yards. We had Devin Farrell led the country in passing going into the playoffs. And then the third guy had 40-plus touchdowns as a redshirt sophomore, as a first-year starter at Austin Peay.
It's a good problem to have.
Any other year, Troy, all those guys are first-team All-Americans coming into the year. It just happened to be everyone came back this year.
You got Ty Pennington, who's not even on, and would probably be below Andrew Body, who's not on.
And I'll say this with Todd Pennington, just between us, like talking to some NFL scouts, and me and Gerald have talked about this. I know that Chase Mason hype's getting a little bit out of hand. Todd Pennington might be the best NFL prospect we have at quarterback in the FCS next year. He's PFF that good.
One of the top PFF grades.
So y'all know how I absolutely love bombs over Baghdad in the FCS. It's a lost art because we do have Canada junior football has been so successful for so long that you see a lot of imitation. As a matter of fact, you did an interview with Tennessee Tech coach about them needing to run the ball more to be competitive in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But I always like the signal callers and then your skill position guys and some tight ends. Give me some sleeper quarterbacks for this season that we need to be looking for.
Todd Pennington is one. I know that he's well known. He don't get the respect that he deserves nationally. I think Hayden Johnson at Lehigh is another one.
Absolutely.
Bro's just a gamer. Like, guys, he's not going to go play in the NFL one day. But the kid just goes and makes plays. And
Colin Hurst.
Yeah, Colin Hurst, similar type thing. Dante Reno is another one I really like. I think he could take a big step in his second year. That was a first year starter as well. And I mean, I'm just trying to think about one guy that I do really like is the potential starter at Furman, the kid coming up from D2, Connor Ackerley. I don't know if he'll start this year or next year. He's still a young kid, but like Connor Ackerley's a guy, and they brought in a Jake Garcia kid from Michigan, actually, and they're competing for the job right now. They both are really good. So those are just some names I would throw out as like potential breakout type players.
Hey, Sam. So I know you got a special guy running back at Montana.
A beast.
Tell us about him.
Man, he's from Minnesota, man. And like, you know, I don't really know too much about how much he was getting recruited, but from my understanding, like he loved the defense. Like he didn't even want to, because I sat down with him. I did this thing called Under the Helmet where I sat down with the Grizz running backs each week in 2024. And when I finally had him, we went kind of like from oldest to youngest. And at that point, he was a redshirt sophomore. And when I got to chat with him, he's a soft-spoken guy. Like he is, if you talk to any of the players on the team, he is the funniest guy on the team. That's what they all say. But then when like he's in front of like somebody like me, who I guess like they see me as like not Unc yet, but like I'm definitely older. And like, you know, I'm the older guy in the room. And like, I don't know, I guess you got to know him a little bit more to get him to open up. But I mean, he's an awesome kid, man. And he works hard. And I mean, everybody on the team loves him. Everybody in the community loves him. And he comes from a great family. I mean, he's awesome. And it just comes to him naturally, man. Like he knows how to hit it inside the tackle box, but then also on the outside, like he can bounce it out. And he's so unconventional in the way that, like, you know, the way he runs the ball. Me and Colton Nuanez talk about this all the time. The way he runs the ball is not how a coach would teach you to run the ball. Like, hey, if this is supposed to hit in the A gap or the B gap, like you stay there and you hit the A gap or B gap. Like him, if he just sees a body in there, he's going to bounce it out. And most times he's going to turn it into a successful play because he's very fast. He's got great agility. He's got great contact balance. Like he's just got everything you want in a running back. The one thing that I feel like he is really lacking at the running back position is, and this is more so a facet of like Coach P's in the offense that they run. I think he's a good receiver. I think Adam Jones is a better receiver, but I think Eli Gilman is a good receiver out of the backfield. And like, I just wish they would use him more in that aspect, but he's a phenomenal player. Well, actually didn't lead the country. Had the most rushing yards of anybody returning this year. And I'm just excited to see what he's going to be able to do. But there's another running back that I'm kind of looking. Somebody said something.
It's me, the doc. What's his size?
What's his size?
Yeah, like
5'10". I'd say 215, 220, maybe 225. Let me look at him.
It's like 215-ish, I think, is what they have him listed down as. He's
not huge.
No. He's one of those guys, like, I don't know. Okay, so it's a different type because, like, you look at a running back like Derrick Henry, when you watch him on TV, he doesn't look fast, but it's because he has such long strides. Eli Gilman's the opposite. He doesn't have long strides, but when you watch him, he doesn't look that fast, but he's
not getting caught, though.
away. He just pulls away from people, guys. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but he doesn't look fast. Like, I've seen him play in person. He doesn't look super fast, but the DBs can't get him.
Yeah.
I don't understand. And last year, he had the third most runs of 15-plus yards in the FCS with 27 last year.
Ridiculous.
You know who else is like that? And I don't like to admit this, and I know Sam might not like me to say this. Taco. I didn't know who the hell Taco was till last year.
Go watch him in person. Troy, I promise you, if they get to the Natty, I will find a way to get you a media credential. If you can get to Nashville, if they make it, when you see him in person, that MFer is fast as hell. I'm talking about so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Watching the playoffs, didn't know who he was. Watching the playoffs, Taco. Hey man, Taco's getting the ball. I don't know who you notice.
He is the player. He is the player in that offense where, and I love what Pete Sturbick did with that Montana State offense last year, like him and his marriage with Justin Lamson. It was absolutely beautiful. And then, like, you know, I felt like he changed up what they did, but not too much of what they did from the previous offensive coordinator. But Taco Dowler is like that piece where, hey, we need to put him in motion. Let's get a look at what the coverage is. Hey, we're going to get him one-on-one with the backer here. Let's see what we can do. Like, just they're moving him around and they're trying to get matchups with him. And it's just absolutely amazing, man. He's really good.
His punt return tape is actually insane too, by the way. Like, I don't know, because up until last year, he was okay at receiver. He took a massive jump over the past 2 years, just in terms of his route running and ability to work in open space. But his, like, the first time he popped on my screen, I was at the Montana State William and Mary playoff game in 2022. I went up to Bozeman for that game. He returned a punt, Troy. He caught it, and I don't know how they missed him. And he just, I'm talking about, outran everybody up. Like, nobody was on his level in terms of speed. And the one thing that I think is the most underrated thing about him, he's so agile, man. Like, I don't know what he's going to do in, like, the 3-cone at the pro day or whatever he's at. The time's going to be quick. Ignorant. It's going to be insane to see that.
You know why he didn't get so much love over the last few years? Because you had Junior Bergen across the state, who was the best punt returner in the country. So,
yes.
But Taco Dowler has been a phenomenal returner his entire career, and his speed is ridiculous. And, like, the dude is not super big. So he's actually, his twin brother is on the team as well, was the defensive player in the Big Sky Conference, Caden Dowler, but they're fraternal twins, so they don't look alike. Caden Dowler's a little bigger. Taco Dowler's like 5'9", 5'8". Like, he's not big. He's not super like thick in terms of size, but man, he's just a gamer, man. He is absolutely just a gamer. Like, that touchdown that he scored, I think it was a handoff where they did the jet sweep against Illinois State. Just, that is Taco's game right there. Move him in motion, give him the jet sweep, and then just let him go to work. And he did exactly what he needed to do.
So I'm gonna make a little switch, because I have been on this thing about Morgan State.
Oh Lord.
And I've been on this thing about
why are we talking about them people?
I'm on this thing about Morgan State because
you gonna say Morgan State 3 times, and me and Mike and his laser eye gonna pop up.
Lord Jesus, leave the cocaine bears alone.
Well, I gotta bring him up because it's a contract year. They have, the coach can coach defense. Like, he just creates defensive players out of thin air. And it's always been the offense. Not, I say that to be funny, but it just seems that way. The offense has always been the problem. And when they played Hawaii, I fell for the banana in the tailpipe and was like, oh, they're going to make noise because they made some plays against Hawaii. Fine. Now they have talent in the QB room to push the needle. Now, I don't know about the
from Jacksonville.
I don't know about the older guys. I know about the guy from Jacksonville.
He ain't gonna be that long.
He ain't starting. I know that. Like
He's
I
not. Yeah, it's not him starting. He's gonna go underdeveloped, and he's going to lead it.
Who's the start? Okay, so let's go back there. Who do you think is the starting
can't-
quarterback?
I can tell you, I know who. Like it's Cameron Edge, the transfer from Eastern Michigan.
Okay.
So I mean, which is fine.
oh my God.
But that is probably gonna do him some good playing behind somebody. Well, being in the QB room with somebody with experience. But he ain't gonna be there long.
But this brings up the fact that there is no excuse unless the line has gone to absolute crap. I don't have an excuse for them not to be in the top 10 in the MEAC. I mean, top 2 in the MEAC.
I was supposed to say top 10. You can double it.
Top 10? What?
Top 10.
Morgan, wait, you're saying Morgan State?
They got
Morgan State
16
top 2
over.
in the MEAC?
They got to make a move at some point. Like it.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, you talking about wishful thinking, right?
Yes, I'm being wishful.
Okay. Okay.
Morgan
Because
State
ain't no way in hell. Ain't hell. Exactly. Thank you, Sam.
I might take Norfolk State over them.
No,
The
no,
hell,
okay, let's
Norfolk State
let's
is number one.
let's not get crazy now. Let's not.
We saw
No.
reality show how bad that situation was.
Bro.
Like, imagine being a Norfolk State fan, living through that, and then having the whole world see it again on reality TV.
Bro, I knew it was going to be bad, that Townsend game, because remember, that was a Thursday night on like ESPNU, and everyone was watching it. And when Townsend put it on them and they looked hopeless against Townsend, I said, oh, man, it's about to be a long year, man. It's about to be ugly.
I mean, but I didn't have no high hopes for last year for Norfolk State. I mean, you have a literal first time head coach, not like first time in college football, but a literal first time head coach.
Are they going to get it together this year?
No.
They got too many people on the preseason MEAC. Well, it's on. Never mind. Forget
Norfolk State did?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about.
Remember, the voters of the MEAC, though, can't be trusted. They voted a kid the player of the They voted the player of the year last year, Sam. I don't know if you saw this. The player of the year preseason MEAC was second team all conference.
Yep, as a running back.
What?
From Morgan State.
Yep. They voted the kid from Morgan the player of the year in the preseason. He was the second team running back. So he was the fourth best running back in the all conference.
It's worse this year. It is worse this year.
Bro, the first team quarterback this year for the all MEAC didn't even play last year. He was a backup.
And the first and the preseason offensive player of the year is a wide receiver.
Yep.
Who had
on a team
Damn,
with no fucking quarterback. On a team with no quarterback. Let's add that.
He wasn't putting up Samuel Akim stats. Let me just say, like, he wasn't putting up, like, if it was
I didn't have offensive player of the year worthy numbers either. So you're saying something.
But like your numbers would have been much more reasonable than his.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Dang.
No, we being for real, Sam.
So in the MEAC,
so
I know there's the
serious.
coach.
Sam, you think we playing, but we being for real. I think it's coaches and SID.
Because they have a media and coaches poll in the Big Sky. So
no, the MEAC just has one. It's just the SIDs and coaches.
Dang, so that's kind of an indictment against the coaches.
Yeah, so it was Chance Peterson, right? That's who was voted the offensive player of the year.
Chance
Peterson.
He had 48 catches for 700 yards and one touchdown. A singular touchdown.
The yards and catches aren't terrible, but still, that's not offensive player of the year numbers. I'm sure somebody had better numbers.
And he's 5'8", 155. He's a slot guy.
So we'll say a caveat, right? We'll say a caveat. Phoenix from South Carolina State probably is who they wanted to pick for offensive player of the year, but he did not return. He gone.
Why didn't they vote that running back, the Morgan State running back?
He's gone.
He gone too.
Dang.
Yeah, it's a lot of shakeup in the MEAC, which I want to be hopeful for Morgan, only because I get tired of watching Erica shoot Banks down on the internet.
Shit, I don't. Keep shooting.
Keep
shooting.
But Blue, they could have put Jay Sean Scroggins as the first team all conference quarterback.
That would have been
agree.
too much like right.
'Cause he's the
That
only,
would have been too much like right, bro.
no, but he's the only returning quarterback in the conference.
But
No.
I agree. But I'm saying they just could not do that for some reason. I don't know if they get together in the group chat and say, "Hey, y'all, let's confuse everybody and let's fuck some shit up on this preseason vote." I'm starting to feel like it's on purpose.
Okay, what about Deshaun Jackson? And then what is it? The Hornets? How are they going to look?
Yeah.
Yeah, hang on, time out. You couldn't have voted Scroggins though. Scroggins had 33 passing yards and 1 pick last year. Was 5 for 17. So like if he's your best option at quarterback, man, we've lost a plot here on quarterback.
Slim Pickens out there, seemingly.
You know what they should have done? They should have done the Southland. Did you see what the Southland did?
They didn't do one, right? They didn't do one.
They just canceled it. They said we ain't got enough players
Yeah.
for shit. Like we ain't releasing a preseason all conference team.
Yeah. I like that, honestly. Like I was a little disappointed not to be able to at least see it, but why not do a preseason? Okay, I get not doing a preseason All-American team, but why not doing a preseason ranking at least?
Or yeah, right. I hate that. Well, you know what I think more conferences should do, and I talked to the SoCon, and I think they're going to do it because I talked to the commissioner at the media day. You guys are going to see all conference teams go away. What they're going to start doing is preseason watch. No, preseason.
Okay.
Yeah, they're going to start doing watch lists like the OVC and the Missouri Valley did, where
Just
they
like,
say
this is who you should pay attention to.
Yeah, this is who you should watch. And they're going to do it by position. That way, if there's not a returning quarterback, guess what they're going to do, guys? They're just going to skip quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
HBCU fans, understand that I argue with Zach and the kid at the NCAA stand. I argue on the internet about HBCU football. And then Zach comes back with stats that I no longer have a fighting argument with.
He comes back with the logistics, the logic.
Like, for the love of God, please throw the football.
Unless you don't have a quarterback. Because, man, we listen, if your starting quarterback's Cam McCoy, please run the football. Don't put that thing in the air no more.
God,
Run the football.
Oh my God.
Do you realize how everything? But Zach gets the disclaimer because he's now home. He just home. Wow. Okay.
Listen, I'm an O-lineman at heart, though. Listen, I get like Sam wanting to throw the football, man. That dude's still a wide receiver at heart. He wants to touch it. Bro, I played offensive line. I don't want to pass block all game. Bro, we're running power until I get tired, and I don't get tired. We're running power all game long. That's all I need.
You know. So I'm going to transition over to a SWAC team who now has an air raid offensive coordinator. And I'm a little scared.
They don't have the athletes to run air raid. Well, we already talked about that.
Alabama State got 3 wide receivers. Now I don't know if they have the offensive line to run.
I wish Jalen would have stayed.
Yeah, I do too.
Was Jalen Jones?
Will they be able to both run the air raid and keep Body healthy?
No. And that's not a knock against Body. That's
Body missed 3 or 4 games last year. He played 8.
He missed 4 games last year.
He missed 4 games.
4.
4.
It really was 5.
Interception
Went out.
20 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did sit out one of them games. He just sat out because it was going to be a blowout. It was one of them games. He could have came back for the Tuskegee game, but they said no, we're not going to take that chance.
It wasn't worth it, so that was a good call.
Well, so just some inside info. If Jackson would have lost to Alcorn, Body would have came back that weekend. Just to let y'all know.
They would have had a chance to make the SWAC.
They would have had a chance to make the game. So yeah, that would have made sense. So back to what I said, it just wasn't worth throwing him out there. Like if that game would have meant absolutely meant something, then yeah, he would have played.
All right, so my producer is screaming at me. That sounds good. That sounds good. My producer is screaming at me. We're gonna go to a commercial. Matter of fact, let's go to the disrespect segment since we got Zach here. We're gonna go to the disrespect segment, and we're gonna get into some more SEC stuff.
A new tradition begins. The Birmingham Football Classic at Legion Field. The Southern Jaguars versus the Alabama State Hornets, Saturday, August 29th. 2 elite programs bringing the hits, the bands, and the culture.
Watch two former NFL players turn head coaches go head-to-head on the biggest stage. Tickets start at $27. Visit ImpactTickets.com for more information. Don't wait. Get yours now.
The disrespect segment. Uh-oh.
So, like I said before, we had the SEC Media Day here in Tampa. And Paul Feinbaum was here. And if many of you remember, I put an open call to Paul to bet his eyebrows because he always got something slick to say about Florida State. And last time I checked, my coach that we don't like got a really good record against the SEC. And in early season, he is 3-0 against the SEC. So again, Paul, it's me. It's your boy. Bet your eyebrows. Let's stop all the talk, all the cutesy ESPN stuff. Bet your eyebrows. That's all I got to say. Bet your eyebrows. It's Florida State by 10. Go Noles.
Losing by 10?
Didn't we beat them last year?
Who?
Yeah, but y'all might. Yeah, but
LSU twice.
Yeah, y'all did beat LSU last year. My fault.
Yeah, but y'all didn't have Ashton Daniels at quarterback last year. Like that's the.
We had a tiny tot at quarterback.
Hey, that's cool. I watched Ashton Daniels not be able to. I don't think he's going to be very good. I'm going to be honest with you.
I will say this. It's going to be nose by 10 regardless, because at the end of the season, I'm still going to be smiling.
Nose versus who? Nose by 10 versus who?
Alabama.
Yeah. Everybody let Troy tell.
Anybody?
Keelan Russell's going for 400 on them.
Yeah, he's having a coming out party against y'all.
Keelan Russell. Oh my God.
What's the wide receiver? Everybody like Mr. Everything. What happened to him?
Ryan Coleman Williams.
I know I run down this coach with a Nerf bus every chance I get. But I will give him credit. For some reason, he get one guy on defense that can actually play defense. And I'd be like, everybody, oh no, look at that guy. I don't want to look at that guy. I want to look at the fact that my quarterback can't throw it 15 yards down the field. That's what I want to look at. But it's always that guy. And somebody had to shout out to the booster, the seasoned Florida State booster that like to point out to me, hey, Troy, look at this guy. And Mr. Williams was nowhere to be found in that Florida State game.
He was nowhere to be found all season last year.
Yeah, I think he hit that sophomore slump.
Yep.
But y'all also got to realize too, what he like?
He was 17 as a freshman. 17 as a freshman. Yeah.
We got two defensive backs that got better this year, which Alabama is going to have to be able to run the ball up and down the field, or it might very well get ugly. It could get ugly, and if it get ugly in Tuscaloosa, one, they're going to take my Twitter account. I promise you, I'm not going to stop. In about 2 weeks, the Alabama content creators are going to get DMs from me asking them to bet their eyebrows. I did it last year. I ain't have no takers for some strange reason. They must knew something I ain't know. But
this year,
I'm going to do it again this year. Only because I don't know what God does to bless old cornrows against the SEC in the early season. How do you beat LSU? One of those teams was clearly had better talent than Florida State. How do you beat? I'm sorry. I didn't say that right. My head coach tried to throw that game away by running a sweep against LSU at the goal line. I don't know what he was thinking. But again, and I'm doing this on purpose because we got Zach here.
You guys only won 5 games last year?
We won 2 games last year. We have not won a road game in 2 years.
That's insane.
You guys won 5 last year. Florida State won 5 last year.
Okay, how many we win on the road?
None.
My point exactly.
None.
And had my athletic director not lied and went after Lane Kiffin, we might have had a coach that he wasn't going to win no national championship, but we would have been respectable. Instead, our Tech got a respectable coach. Y'all don't have a national championship coach. He ain't never going to do that. Just go ahead and tell you that right now. Hey, little baby. You know what? Not today.
The only thing that matters for y'all this year, Troy, the only thing that matters for y'all this year is who y'all are going to hire to replace Mike Norvell. That's
Absolutely.
it.
Pretty much.
Absolutely. But I can't say that right now. I can't say that right now.
I
got to
can.
get to game 3. After game 3, I can give y'all my list. But I got to get to game 3
Is your short list?
Listen, I found
pretty short. That's gonna be long as hell.
With the help of some other people, I think I found a short list of 5 coaches. Right?
Who are they?
I can't get that out yet.
Nah, we need that list.
I'll tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. There is a school in the state of Florida who can't keep a head basketball coach or a head football coach. It is a lot of rumblings about if they make a bowl game.
Are they in Tallahassee? Or
No.
not Tallahassee?
They right up the street from me.
Gainesville?
No. I'm in Tampa. He right up the street from me.
Central Florida.
UCF.
Okay.
This man said USF man.
Oh.
If Heartline gets to a bowl game, it is going to be the crescendo is going to be so loud.
Well, that's the Ohio State guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's in South Florida?
He is in South Florida.
He replaced Golish. He replaced Golish when Golish is going to Auburn.
Okay. Okay, Heartline. Show me something.
Full disclosure, I got a piece of paper from USF, so I guess technically it is one of my schools. But I don't know the people. Fuck him. If he win, come on.
I'm just ready for us to get rid of Josh Heupel at Tennessee.
Hey, little baby, you just don't want to see.
I'm ready for that for y'all too. I ain't even gonna lie.
No, okay, I ain't gonna lie. Like I think you might be tripping just a little bit there, Doc. Josh Heupel isn't that bad, and like, who are y'all gonna hire that's better than him right this second? After the whole SEC just hired all the good young coaches.
That's the thing I don't think really people consider when they say we need to let this guy go. Like Alabama fans, let's let Kalen DeBoer walk. Okay, who are you going to get that's better than him? That man has won a national championship before, albeit at the D3 level.
Honestly, if Tennessee fires their current coach, they can go and steal Willie from FIU in a heartbeat.
They sure can, or
y'all do know Josh Heupel just was in the playoffs like 23 months ago.
But
like,
this is University of Tennessee we talking about.
Bro, he won his whole career at Tennessee. He had a winning record. He won 11 games, 9 games, 10 games, and his worst season since his first year is 8 wins in the SEC.
But
Zach,
that is not good
Bobby
enough
Houck
for
won
Tennessee's
13 games and went to the semis, and people wanted him gone. Zach, you know football.
That's
fans
Montana
are a
fans.
little
That's Montana fans.
No,
they're different.
but I will argue that Rocky Top fans are worse.
Oh yeah, we are worse.
SEC fans are for sure worse.
No, Montana fans are like SEC like
Absolutely.
0.5 fans. If you really know FCS, like Montana fans are like Bama fans, really, of the FCS.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I can see that.
Not Montana State.
No,
Montana State will get that way. They've been good, but they can get that
see,
way.
they've been good. Like now, you see, Troy, you had the one bad experience with Jeff that I don't. But like Sam could.
Everybody had that experience.
If you travel to Missoula, Bozeman, and no offense to all the great people of Missoula, the fans in Bozeman are way nicer.
Oh, come on, Zach. Don't do that, Zach. Don't do that. Don't do that. I've met great Bozeman fans. I can't complain.
Yeah, they're actually both great. Like Montana fans have like Like y'all know what I'm
Jumbo
talking about.
still
Like,
got a house in
or y'all see,
Tallahassee.
they have that like twinkle in their eye. Those Montana fans, you know, they get a little bit more crazy than Montana State fans. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Like they have that. They have a little bit more passion.
They drink a little more.
Yeah,
they let you feel it a little more. Absolutely, absolutely.
So Lil Baby is in the chat. She has now changed roles with Zach. So Zach is normally in the chat trying to get me to crash out. Lil Baby has now taken on this mantra. Understand, I have already paid for the movers for Mike Norwell. I know I'm screaming Knowles by 10 right now. But as soon as he get his walking papers, he ain't got to worry about nothing. It's all taken care of. The Marching 100 gonna march him out of town.
He's on ACC Network.
Now,
right?
why in the hell would you involve my beloved and sanctified institution in y'all bullshit across the tracks?
Because they won't let me hire them to march down his street at 3 a.m. every day until he leave voluntarily. That's why.
Well, go get the marching chiefs.
Bro, it's y'all's fault for paying that man all that money, and then he turns around and go get beat by 77 by Georgia in the Orange Bowl. Like, that was y'all's fault. Y'all did that.
They should have been in the playoffs, in all fairness to them.
They would have gotten beat by 200.
Who should have been in the playoff? Thank you for
Florida
saying
State.
that, Blue. That
Florida State
that
should
but
have
that
been in
has
the playoffs.
so they can lose by 90 on national television.
How they would
With
have
a quarterback who
They
won
were
a national championship.
Let me
who's
say
supposed
this.
to
Let me
let
say
throw the
this.
ball.
I don't care what it would have looked like. You can say what it would have looked like. They were undefeated and they were conference champions. They should have been in the playoffs.
In the SEC, in the ACC.
Did Duke not make the playoffs this year? They didn't, huh?
No, they did not, and they should not have been there if they would have.
Been in the playoffs.
They beat everybody on their schedule. If you tell me that
Who was on that schedule? Who was on that schedule?
At the beginning of the season,
Who was on that schedule?
They lay it out for you. They say, hey, if you win every game on this schedule, you will be in the playoff. Florida State did that. They were not.
Who was on that schedule? Who was on that schedule?
Let's go back. I just had to pull it up. Let me
No,
go.
Hey, producer, who was on? Pull that schedule.
I need someone to bookmark this because I need my guy Sam to keep the same energy when Rhode Island goes 12-0 and they're ranked ahead of Montana State at 11-1.
Okay, now.
No, he's not. He's not. And then it's gonna be man. He's gonna be saying the same thing I'm saying.
Okay, they opened the season with LSU, who at the time was ranked number 5. They beat them by 20. They beat Clemson in OT, middle of the season.
Yes, Clemson.
At Clemson on
Wait
the
a minute.
road.
Wait. Sam, say Clemson again.
Clemson.
Okay.
Clemson on the road.
You forgot the P, man.
Focus on the web.
They were on the road. They beat a 16th ranked Duke at home by 18. Wake Forest, Pittsburgh, Miami. I don't think Miami was anything that year. Florida, they went to Florida and beat Florida by 9. On the road, they beat a 14th ranked Louisville. That was the ACC championship. And then obviously they were down everybody and lost by 60 to Georgia.
So another team that did not make the playoffs whooped them by 60.
But didn't that year, wasn't that when what's his name was a senior at that point? The Rams first round pick Verse. Wasn't he a senior at that point?
And he opted out.
He opted out. All of those. Braden Fisk, wasn't Fisk on the team at that time too?
Yes.
Hey, Lil Baby just told me you went 1-11 the following year.
Because they
lost
everybody.
That doesn't mean that team didn't deserve to make the playoffs.
Man, nobody wanted to see Florida State get whooped by 90 on national television.
Man, I'm tired of
Michigan. Their quarterback couldn't throw the football.
They deserved.
Their quarterback couldn't throw, and y'all were gonna get cursed off.
It is not our job to say you don't have such and such and such. It's our job.
Yes, the hell it is. It is our job to say that. That is our job. And again,
said
and Troy really finna crash the fuck out when I'm finna say what I'm about to say. I appreciate Joe Taylor for keeping them out of the goddamn playoffs. Long-term route. I appreciate that.
Nah, man, nah. That was a grave misjustice.
That was not a grave misjustice.
The athletic director from North Carolina State. I know because I was putting Craigslist ads up to get his car towed. That's who kept us out of the playoffs.
All you had to do was call professional parking services. They would have helped you out.
So, but again, I'm gonna get this. We're gonna get this train moving. Get this train moving along. But I will say this though, we have to make conference championships matter. You can't have
do away with them. I don't want them.
Well, if you have them, they gotta matter. And the fact that we had a team who has never won the ACC, who lost 2 games in the middle of the season to teams they had no business losing to, and they do this every year. For some reason, I don't know what's going on down there in Coral Gables, but they
You
do this
said Coral Gables and not Miami HOA?
I was trying to be nice. I was trying to be nice. Either way, it's a cul-de-sac. Listen, it's a cul-de-sac school. It don't matter.
They gotta ask somebody if they can use the stadium. Is it okay if we play a game this weekend?
Yeah. If you want to,
they have to get their permission slips flying.
Like you're not jogging in Coral Gables. You jogging in Coral Gables. Take a swim.
They have to send the AD on the golf cart to collect signatures so they can play.
we got this petition. We got a game this weekend, but we need you to sign so we can play.
Go ask the neighbors if it's all right if we use their yard this weekend.
I'm gonna stop beating up on them people because I got a whole season to tell everybody how you beat up on the Ibis. Again, you can call the ASPCA.
Man,
is a FAMU play Miami? Oh man, can we talk about this? Hold up. So I talked about this on my show. This is ridiculous. You guys might have seen this clip. So FAMU plays South Carolina State on Sunday, September 6th in the what is it, the Orange Blossom Classic?
Yep.
And then they play 4 days later against Miami in Miami.
For
ridiculous.
For $750,000. Appreciate it.
That is too quick of a Sunday to Thursday. That means they get 2 practices. They get Monday's recovery.
Monday.
Nasty work.
And then you're gonna practice Tuesday. You travel Wednesday.
No, we're not traveling. They're staying down there. They're not leaving.
Okay, because the Orange Blossom Classic is in the Orange Bowl.
They're staying down there. That makes zero sense to leave.
Hey, Troy, real quick, did you notice that Sam didn't mess up the classic name? He could have wrote the notes for Marshall Falk at Media Day. It would have been so much time.
I'm gonna be fair. There was a media group that continuously let him mess up the classic names. And I'm like, so nobody's gonna say nothing. They don't we have a producer now. I know they have a producer. Yeah. Somebody wasn't gonna hey.
Somebody got to get in the headset.
Hey, Troy, how much do I have to Venmo you right now to get on the SWAC media call the week that Southern plays FAMU and trick him into calling the game the Florida Classic? I'll pay you whatever I need to.
Man, don't do that.
They will run his ass out of time.
That is not going to end well.
So that's not going to be good for either of us. Andrew, I wouldn't do that. But if it just so happens, I'm going to make jokes.
The AD at FAMU, my point, the AD at FAMU is disrespectful for that turnaround. That's crazy. I don't care if he stayed at
no, Lil Baby just said it. Miami also got to come from Cal from playing Cal on that Tuesday. So they also
doesn't matter where they're coming from. They still got the leg up. They still got to. You said they played that previous Tuesday.
Yeah, they got to go. They're coming.
They playing in California, and they got to come all the way home to Florida.
Not Cal. They play Stanford. They play Stanford, but still, yeah.
They play Stanford, right?
Yeah.
Here's the problem, though. It's not just FAMU. It's not just Miami. It's actually a combination of ESPN and the ACC. Lil Baby hit the combination.
Lil Baby
for some reason, the ACC has decided that ESPN can give it to them with no grease and got them playing crazy games on Fridays. Why is Florida State and Florida playing on a Friday?
Well, how much is the media rights deal for the ACC from ESPN?
And now you know why I'm never going to be at an ACC media day.
But that's what it is. I mean, you just said it with no grease. When Daddy said go play, you go play. And ESPN Daddy, and he said play.
Son at Jefferson Pilot or Braycom Sports. That's what Daddy was actually saying, but we forget all of that. I'm being good tonight. I'm being good tonight. I ain't even getting to that whole thing. I didn't crash out of nothing. Being good. But no, it's the ACC and their media rights deal is a lot of that problem. And until they let their balls drop and man up and actually control their own network, they're gonna keep running into these problems.
Well,
so but it's all right. It won't be long now because I know 2 schools for sure at the end of the 2027 season are gonna make an announcement.
You hope they make an announcement.
No. I'm not telling you something I think. I'm not telling you something I heard. I'm telling you something I know. You don't spend that much money on attorneys just to be like, hee. There was a plan in place. When I say that jumbo jet with that logo was in little old bitty Tallahassee Regional Airport, it really was. Thank you, local janitors, by the way. They tell you everything. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. We'll come back and, man, I guess we'll talk some independent football.
Sad times in Music City. That's what we need to talk about.
We'll talk about some independent football, and we'll definitely get into that because maybe Zach got some insight that I don't. But we'll go to commercial and we'll be right back.
As this was unfolding onto the internet, because I thought this was some kind of hoax. As it was unfolding, it turned out to be real. A gentleman, we're going to call him Matt, responded to a Steve Smith post of him golfing by saying, "Does your wife and kids know you're sleeping with my wife?" He then proceeds to post screenshots of text messages between him and who we assume is his wife. These text messages are quite graphic and quite embarrassing if you are said spouse. Because again, in the era of Twitter, there is no shame.
We need to bring it back.
Some key issues that Marlo might want to discuss is the quote,
I'll get it.
"You was so deep, you moved my IUD."
That sounds about right.
So
obviously, she's used to dealing with a short knocker, and he was not. he didn't have the proper equipment. First of all, this is my whole problem with the whole thing. Why, as a man, why would you call another man and record it just to put it on the internet that you recorded talking to him, that he had then dug a pothole in your wife?
You know,
that commercial would never not be funny.
I was gonna say that commercial's the wildest clip ever, man.
That will never not be funny.
So I was, I like to go to everybody's shows, right? And for some reason in the afternoons, I keep missing Zach's shows. So I caught a replay of his OVC interviews. And so I went and looked and just kind of just peruse a little bit because I don't get a chance to look at the OVC a whole lot. And I'm going to ask Zach about the prospect. Well, I know the conference is down because of departures, but is there any chance that Tennessee State finishes 500 in the conference?
With how bad it is, I mean, there's a chance. It depends on the quarterback, the kid they got from Winston-Salem. Like, if he's that dude, then I mean, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. But I'll just be honest, man. Like, the odds of them really competing for it are pretty low this year. I mean, guys, like, the continuity is just not there. And I mean, with everything that Eddie took and where he left the program. Like I know everyone's looking at that program and saying, man, they were in the playoffs the year before when he took that job. But if you guys remember, he got there. Spring practice was already supposed to start like 2 weeks before he got there. Had no time, and I still think it's going to take a full another year. I mean, they got a lot of defensive talent returning. The offense was just so bad last year. I just don't know if they can rebuild it in 1 year. I don't know if they'll finish last, but they're probably not going to compete at the top of the conference. And I think we had them, like I'm looking at our predicted order of finish with me and Timothy. I think we had them 7th in the conference. Yeah, we had them 7th. I think Eastern Illinois is going to be really bad this year. So we had them above them, but I think they're still a step behind Gardner Webb, Western Illinois, Lindenwood, SEMO, UT Martin, all those type of teams.
So you see SEMO coming out of the conference for the playoffs?
UT Martin.
No. Okay, UT Martin.
Somebody's going to crawl out of that conference in the playoffs and get beat up in first round.
That is what me and Timothy talked about this. Like, what's going to happen? We actually recorded our Missouri Valley preview last night. What's going to happen is the Missouri Valley is going to send 6 teams to the playoff if everything goes right. And UT Martin's going to have to host like Southern Illinois in the first round. And it's going to be like 56-3. And they're just going to get destroyed. Or SEMO's going to have to play like Illinois State in the first round. And it's going to be a bloodbath in the first round.
Like, just think about Tennessee Tech last year. They were the best team out of the OVC last year. At that point, it was the Big South OVC. Went 11-1, only lost to an SEC team in Kentucky, and they looked like a freaking D2 team against North Dakota. And North Dakota was not that great last year. Like,
nope. And then because North Dakota went the next week and got destroyed by Tarleton.
Like, it's just not a good conference. They're just not playing good ball at all. They like, and I feel very, very disrespectful saying this. We just got done with the disrespect segment. But like, they're closer to the Pioneer and the NEC than they are the SoCon, Southland, or the Patriot League.
Yeah, I would have I think the conference rankings that we had, let me pull it up, because I mean, we had them, I think they're the lowest. I think they were like 9th, I think, and behind them was like the MEAC, the SWAC, the NEC, and the Pioneer. Yeah, I think were the ones behind them.
I had them 12th in my ranking. The only conference below them is the NEC.
Nah, Pioneer's always got to be last. You can't have non-scholarly schools and not be last.
Presbyterian beat the SoCon champ last year.
That's cool. Look at the rest of the conference. There was a team in the conference that lost to an NAIA school like a year ago.
Yeah,
there's just no way. But the power rating we use, like me and Timothy have like this big equation that we plug in and get like real conference power ratings, and like the OVC Big South came in 9th, and I mean that put them. I mean, just to put in perspective, the average OVC team would be a 5-point underdog to an average SoCon team.
Dang.
Just based on the equation. And if you took that to the Missouri Valley, the average OVC team would be a 13 to 14 point underdog against the average Missouri Valley team.
North Dakota, an average Missouri Valley team from last year. Wow.
So I'll transition over to the CAA. And the talk of the town is it going to be North Carolina A&T at the bottom or Hampton at the bottom?
They're going to share it.
Oh, what Dave said, I have A&T at the bottom.
The only hope for them is that UAlbany is as bad as I think they're going to be. That might be the only thing that keeps them from the bottom.
Yeah, right.
Is UAlbany.
Yeah. They've been so bad, man.
I mean, like, because we actually, so we, like, in our projected order of finish, we had UAlbany and Hampton tying for last place, and then A&T was 11th.
I'm not trying to trigger Danny. I know she's a Hampton alum. I am not trying to trigger Danny. I just was asking the question.
The real HU?
Which is... you said it, but I really want to go back to the MEAC and ask how.
First of all, don't do my school like that, okay? Just
I
because we
knew she was
don't, just
coming.
because,
I knew
just
she
be,
was coming.
yes, yes, baby, we not doing that. We remain the real HU, no matter what. We still the real HU. Um, you know, don't do that. Don't do that now.
It,
You
it
ain't been on in a while. You ain't been on in a while now.
it is nasty work though that the battle of HU is the battle of the last place CAA team and the last place team in the MEAC. That is
Oh
Yes.
my god.
And
insane.
it's gonna be a
Oh
great
my
game because
god.
They
it's
technically
gonna be
weren't
a
last
great game
place.
because we're not when neither team is winning. So it's about to be a shootout. I mean, and not because we playing a team from DC, not that kind of shootout, but y'all know what I mean.
Wow. Just you had to
Jesus.
get that.
That's
Oh,
insane.
wow. You know what? I got to put the banner up. I just anyway.
No, don't do me. See.
I gotta be fair. Now, oh man. So you know what? I'm not Keith. I see it, but I'm not. I'm not gonna trigger Danny. I'm gonna move on from that. Zach, I gotta ask the question: who was the person that picked Norfolk State over Howard?
I'm just gonna assume that one first place vote, the one first place vote they got put them over Howard in the standings, and I almost guarantee it was Deshaun Jackson voting for Norfolk State because Mike Vick can't vote for his own team. I almost guarantee it was Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah.
Wow. There, I'm not gonna say no. I'm not gonna say no. But
You can
unless
say never.
Jesus is playing quarterback for Norfolk State, they're not winning 2 games in the MEAC.
Not Jesus.
It's
You
bad.
can't be invoking the Lord's name like that to get with that
No,
school.
the God know my heart. You don't understand. I scraped everywhere I can find. I scraped the bottom of the internet to like find a commit to Norfolk State to like move the needle. I haven't seen Zach say anything. I haven't seen anybody say anything to make me think Norfolk State is going to do something. As a matter of fact, I think the previous head coach had better talent than they have now. If I'm wrong, tell me. Like, I would love to be wrong and say Norfolk is going to make some noise, but I don't see it.
Look at the quarterback decision last year. You put in the kid like that kid from what was it, South Florida that they brought in? Was it Israel Carter?
Yeah,
They
Israel
put him
Carter.
in. They put him in. He's terrible. You bench him. You put in the white boy. What was his name? Otto. I think it was Otto, right?
Otto Kuhn.
Yeah, he balls out, brings you back in the game. You get asked point blank at the press conference, "Is Otto your starter now?" He said, "Nah, man, we're gonna stick with Izzy, man. I really like his potential." I'm like, the kid can't throw the football, dude. It took 5 straight losses for them to start the quarterback that could throw the football because of politics. You want to know why they played Izzy? They paid him more money.
But you know what? This is how I feel about QBs, especially. It's like being in a bad relationship, right? Like, I'ma stick with you. That's my man. Yeah, that's him. That's my man. He ain't no good. He
So
be
I'm gonna stick
making
by.
all kinds of mistakes, right? But I like him. Oh, I love him. So you trying to explain to all your homegirls how good this man is, but he really ain't all that good. That's what some of these coaching decisions are like. Like, what are we doing?
It's like
Why are
Bobby
you
Hought
sticking it?
trying to justify the 2 quarterback system at Montana when it's clear that it's not
And it
working.
failed
It doesn't
miserably.
work.
It failed miserably.
Oh
But
man,
we
that was
just
the
keep
worst.
going back. We just keep going back and going back and going back. I'm gonna start him anyway. I'm gonna give him another chance. And it's like it's really like telling your homegirl, if you don't kick this dude to the curb, we gon' infiltrate your relationship. Cause at this point you just a gluttony for pain. You're a glutton for pain. What are you doing?
Well, again, it is. I'll just say this: I got to witness up close and personal quarterback controversies for what was it, 5 or 6 home games, and I'm here to tell you, there is a D2 school that is claiming they don't know who their starting quarterback is. It's Jet. It is Jet. You ain't got nobody on your squad that is better than Jet. He don't need no superstar line. He just need a couple steps, and he gonna release the ball. All y'all got to do is run your routes. That's all I'm gonna say. That being said, listen, we talked about a lot tonight, and I appreciate everybody, but we got Zach on, and we don't often get Zach on because, you know, Zach is a superstar. Sam is a superstar.
Zach's an important guy. Zach's an important guy.
No, that's Sam. That's Sam. That's Sam.
Zach, listen, Zach is writing SI articles.
Man, he got his own website.
Man, come on, man. Don't do that. Listen, I did not put out the fact that this man is the insider to Mississippi Valley State. So, like, we're not just gonna act like Zach ain't him. Zach is a superstar. But Zach,
yes, he is.
What you got for us this week, man?
Oh man, y'all know. Listen, y'all know where to find me, man. I really ain't got nothing to pitch, man. It's almost football season. I'm locked in. I've taken. Listen, there's no off season for us. So I didn't take a vacation this summer, man. All me and Timothy did were write articles, record episodes, do coaches interviews, man. I'm just ready to watch some football, man. But again, always appreciate you having me, Troy. Appreciate you,
man. Listen, it's all love. Because listen, I love to scream and holler from mountaintops, but to have the knowledge to come on the show, man, that's a beautiful thing. That's absolutely beautiful thing. Sam, what you got for us this week?
Man, I cannot wait for week 0, actually. It's going to be so exciting. I am so bummed that Montana and Southern Utah play the same time Tarleton and Prairie View A&M play, because I'm telling you right now, that is the game of week 0. And if you aren't watching that game, you don't love football. Anyway, I'm so excited. I'm so appreciative of you guys bringing me on, man. It's been an amazing summer, but I know this season's going to be amazing. I just got a good feeling about this football season. It's going to be amazing. I always appreciate y'all bringing me on. It's always a good time. And yeah, I can't wait to chat with you guys during the football season.
Listen, this year, I'm cancer-free. I'm making somebody playoff game. Knock on wood, it's an HBCU, but I'm making somebody playoff game. Doc, what you got for us this week, man?
Oh, you know, same thing, different toilet. Nah, but shoot, we're just gonna talk about what's going on in Tennessee State. We got really gonna talk about the statement about what Coach Jackson said about not being invited to the THSCA coaching clinic, and how it's pretty much is the good old boy network here in Texas. And I'm talking about trying not to creating a narrative and running with it and not getting the very full facts about what this man said. But it's not really the dude not crying, but when you talking about the most successful programs in the state of Texas, Prairie View is one of them last season. So you gotta put them in. You gotta invite them, because you never know. Some of these your coaches, these high school coaches, can learn something from you. You gotta, it is what it is. I've been in talks with Coach Kendrick Wade. We're gonna try to see if we can get him on. Hopefully next week. But other than that, we just here trying to pay the light bills, trying to pay these bills, Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel and hit the donation. Also, that's about it, man. That's all I got. You know, all I gotta say is fuck that school in Baton Rouge.
Danny, what you got for us this week?
All I can say is keep your word. Your word is your bond. And when you don't do what you say you are going to do, you make yourself look crazy and it impacts other people. And so this is a lesson from a couple weeks of work. Um but I'm grateful that the things that could have kind of taken me out or whatever you want to say, um they did not, it did not happen that way. But also, just be careful how you treat people. um I could tell a couple of stories about some stuff that happened this week. But I will say that I just believe that when you do what you're supposed to do and you keep your word, you like, that's, you're not gonna have problems with people trying to do you something. It's not gonna work. Um, Man, you just gotta be careful. You gotta be really careful how you treat people. Really, really careful. And so, I'm grateful for the people that support me and that speak my name in spaces when I'm not around. Um, but beyond that, y'all keep your girl in prayer. Send me some good thoughts. Um, got a rough situation going on right now, but I'm looking forward to the end of it, and also being able to share some good news with y'all real soon. So I gotta wait. I've been sitting on my hands on this thing, but soon enough I'll be able to share some good news with y'all. But y'all be easy, be good to each other, and cost you absolutely nothing to be kind. Nothing. Nothing. But it can cost you everything if you're an asshole.
What's the weather like, Danny?
Man, Bertha ain't do nothing. Bertha was like, I don't even know what to call Bertha, because she came through and ain't do nothing. It got windy. That was really about it, but we didn't get, you know, the rain and all of that. So I'm glad about that. We got a little bit of lightning yesterday. We got a little bit of rain the last couple of days, but nothing serious. It actually rained more today than it did yesterday. So we chilling.
Let me get us out of here. Let me definitely get us out of here. Hey, first off, I want to thank everybody for coming out. Everybody that has been helping the videos do numbers. I thank you. Like, we just a little outfit. We ain't big like the Blue Bloods. We ain't big like the Sam McKean show. We just a little outfit that's trying to spread the good news. I do want to thank Keith Hadley from Fangs Up Podcast. Y'all don't know how it's just so much easier when somebody is like, hey, you ain't got to do this. You can keep the show moving and still be yourselves. Man, that is a beautiful thing. So I want to thank Keith for that. But I want to say a couple things. We like to try and get to all of our fans, hear their perspectives. I am still trying to get a UAPB fan on the show. I'm still trying to get a Valley fan on the show. On the CIAA level or CIAC level, I want to get a couple fans from those schools on here. We've had Coach Jenkins. We're gonna try and get the other coaches. Everywhere that like we have interest, we're trying to touch so people can share with us their experiences. Because what one fan base does at their tailgate might not necessarily be what another fan base does. Traditions are different in different places, and that's what makes it all beautiful. I love the fact that we can get Sam on the show and he can tell us about Montana. That we can go and say, hey, man, Sam was a baller when he played. That's a beautiful thing. We get Zach on the show and be like, hey, man, you don't know about this quarterback, but this guy right here, you need to take a look at. So it's always our goal to like expose us to everything. But I know where I come from. And I tell everybody, man, staying back to make it difficult to live in my neighborhood because people think all PWI guys are like that, and I'm not. So for everybody that watches the show and rock with us, thank you. We will be at a stadium near you. I don't know if I'm going to get to a MEAC stadium this year. I will try. But every away game that FAMU plays that I can either drive my truck to or can jump on a plane without it being $12 million, we're going to be there. So for everybody here at Fat Mountain Sports, thank you. Man, again, I want to thank Sam. I want to thank Zach. Thank y'all for coming on, man. It's always a breath of fresh air, but I also know in a couple weeks, Zach gonna be in the comments shooting at me.
Don't let y'all lose. Don't let y'all lose to South Carolina State, man. I'm gonna turn into Adrian Crook in the chat. Just
I am more hopeful of us playing South Carolina State than I was a couple of years ago. I'll say that. So
that's fair.
But to that being said, for everybody here at Fat Mouth Sports, Sam McKim Show, Zach McKenna at the Blue Bloods, man, we are out.